Okay, so I got my notes. I just want to highlight some of the lessons that I jotted down that I took from the experience. The number one thing that came through for me was the fact that if we do not live the things that we are learning, they forever remain in our heads. They forever remain just something we intellectually know. And it only can change your life. It can only affect you and change you when it's something that you actually experience. When you have direct lived experience of what you're learning, then it becomes wisdom. Then it becomes something that you know, that your body knows, your mind knows, everybody is on board. So that was really cool for me to see, because it almost felt like going to Vipassana was my opportunity to have direct lived experience of all of the practices, all of the mindset principles, everything that I've been learning for the past 3 years. When I threw myself into my personal development journey, it was now my opportunity to embody those things and to walk that walk. Also jotted down the principle of change and the law of nature. Nature is constantly changing. And when we as humans learn to move in the rhythm of that, instead of trying to resist it and trying to avoid it and not wanting it or looking for it, right? Not trusting that the change is not coming fast enough. Knowing that whatever you're going through, it's always going to change. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, it's always going to pass by. It's always going to change. Time will do its thing. It's going to pass by. And having that truth gave me a lot of peace, because in the meditations, you're sitting there, you're uncomfortable, you have an itch, you have you want to change how you're sitting. But I forgot to mention that we're actually encouraged to sit there with strong determination and not move. After we learn the Vipassana technique, for the rest of the days, when we have those compulsory group sits and as well in your own sovereign sittings, we are encouraged to sit still for that entire hour. Discomfort, sensations, thoughts, emotions, whatever it is that comes up, we're encouraged to sit with it and just trust and know that it's going to pass, right? This too shall pass. The next thing I learned was the power of equanimity and remaining equanimous through life, through situations, through your thoughts, right? It is what it is, and it is what it isn't. And you can just stay right here in the middle, right? Now, like I mentioned, that does not mean that you're not enjoying life when things are good and you're not enjoying it when things are bad, but you're not trying to change it. You're just accepting it for what it is. And there's a lot of power in that, because I think it's such wasted energy constantly trying to move things to get them to be how you want them to be. Just let them be what they are. Awareness. Awareness through our day to day. And that comes through your breath. My love, if you ever feel like you haven't lost presence, or you are anxious, or you are fearful, or you are stuck in a loop pattern of negative thought, come back to your breath. Your breath will always be a beautiful anchor, and it will help you become aware of, oh, what am I thinking about? Oh, this is what I'm thinking about. Oh, this is how it's making me feel. Okay. Awareness is key. It's power. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I believe that awareness is half of the equation when it comes to healing. Once you are aware of your certain limiting thoughts, behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, that alone can shift those things for you if you just bring your awareness to it, because you're like, oh wait, what the hell? And then change can begin to take place. Another thing that was highlighted to us was how, as humans in our lives, we are addicted to sensations. And oftentimes those sensations are attached to a habit. Like, let's say smoking. You're not necessarily addicted to the smoke itself. You're addicted to the sensation that you get when you smoke. That high, that bliss, whatever it is. Same with drinking or working out. All of these things. We as humans are chasing sensations all the time. With food, with money, you're chasing a particular sensation. And we often begin to develop an addiction to them, which does not serve us in the long run. So instead, we can observe these sensations, especially the negative ones that are not serving us. Observe your desire to have a drink, observe your desire to smoke, and understand that all your body wants is that final end sensation without knowing whether or not this thing is good for you or not. So you, as the conscious being, the human, you now get to make the decision. Are you going to lean into the sensation and the desire that isn't serving you, that craving, or are you just going to leave it? Just let it be, because that craving to the sensation will also pass, right? But the next point is the importance of the body as a vessel through which you experience this life, and how important it is for you to look after your body. We were eating a vegetarian diet. Our food had no onions, no garlic, no chili in it. There was no salt as well. You could sprinkle your own pink Himalaya salt on your food. So it was a very clean diet that my body really appreciated. I was so regular and I slept well. I felt light and I was like, ooh. And it's actually what has inspired me to eat more fruit now in my life on a daily basis. I really used to struggle to eat fruit. And after going to Vipassana, I'm obsessed with fruit. I'm like, where the fruit at? And apart from that, I'm also in being more intentional with having days in my week where I don't eat meat, because vegetables are where it's at, my friends. And yesterday actually was our first meatless Monday, well, second one for the year. And I made this delicious vegetable stir fry. Let me know if y'all want me to hook you up with that recipe, okay? Your girl is a self-proclaimed chef. Okay, then the next thing I want to share with you before I wrap up this video is that your intuition is something that's always there with you. Your gut is something that is always there with you, and it's always communicating with us. Sometimes our intuition is shut off through years and years of not listening to it, through years and years of being told not to listen to it, through fear, through anxiety, through all of this conditioning that makes it so hard for us to hear our inner voice, but it is always there and it is very subtle. Our intuition is so subtle. Any other voice that you hear that's like loud and barking at you, that's the voice of your ego. Our ego is so loud, loves to be heard, loves to be the center of attention, loves to be saved. But your intuition is super, super subtle, and it will always be there for you, just gently, just a gentle nudge, just gently nudging you into the direction that will lead you towards whatever you're manifesting, whatever you're desiring in your life. I also jotted down here that it's so important for us to all heal and take the time to do that work so that we can be vessels of love and goodwill and compassion towards other people and towards the world, because there is enough darkness, there's enough ill will to go around to last us millennia. We need more people taking care of themselves and doing this work so that you can be the vessels of love, goodwill, and compassion, and spread that with the world instead of all of the negativity that is running around in these streets. So that sums up my Vipassana experience in terms of my takeaways. I was so thrilled and so proud of myself for committing to this and for staying and seeing it through. It wasn't easy. It was my first solo trip in my adult life. I was looking at it like, girl, your first solo trip and you're going to sit 10 days in silence. Yeah, that sounds like an Emily thing, but it was so worth it. I felt so independent, free, clear, peaceful, grounded, excited, uncomfortable, confronted. All of the things came up, but it was so worth it. And it is an experience that I highly, highly, highly recommend everybody do at least one time in your life. For me now, after having experienced it, I've committed myself to doing this experience at least once every year. I would love to attend a Vipassana retreat so that I can really, it's a service, man. It's a full overhaul servicing of the mind, body, spirit, emotions, everything. So with that, my loves, this comes to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed my Vipassana Series video part 2. If you haven't checked out part 1, I'm going to link it in this video. Go and check it out, and look out for part 3, which will be detailing what to pack and what not to pack, and other little intricate details that I may have missed in this video. All right, my loves, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Oh, make sure that you subscribe and like this video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend. I appreciate you.